The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Man, when I get home from work, all Betty does is watch her reality TV and then she goes to sleep. I can take her on romantic dates, I get her flowers, you name it. She's just not the woman I married.
Oh, Ralph, that's just awful.
Does this seem familiar? Are the honeymoon days of your relationship long gone? If so, consider this: the abundance of chemical additives, pesticides, BPA containers, contaminated tap water, and other toxic substances found in our environment. Experts know our bodies are suffering and being thrown off balance, especially when it comes to your natural systems. Forget synthetic chemicals. Super Female Vitality brings forward key herbs specifically chosen for women's biology without the use of phony additives. Get your bottle of Super Female Vitality today at InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or call 1-888-253-3139. InfoWarsLife.com. Live life healthy.
I began to get into iodine a few years ago because it was helping me and my family so much get healthy and detoxify. Most people know that iodine deficiency has been a crisis around the world. Iodine is key to so many of the body's functions, especially the thyroid. I discovered a product being developed by Dr. Group. You now know it as Survival Shield True Nascent Iodine that your body can really absorb. Then, about a year ago, he said, listen, if you think this is powerful, I'm going to come out with rare earth, deep earth crystals. And the results that I personally have had have been life-changing. Nobody else has got iodine based on these pure crystals, ladies and gentlemen. This is innovating, and the best part is it helps fund Infowars.com, the radio show, the TV show, the whole media operation promoting true libertarian ideas. For a limited time, experience the ancient power of Survival Shield X2. Take advantage of this unprecedented 30% off Super Detox Special at InfoWarsLife.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Edward Group. It took me 20 years of searching the globe to find the deposit of the highest purity iodine available. The new Survival Shield X2 is mined from 7,000 to 10,000 feet below the earth in pristine, environmentally clean conditions. The iodine crystals we use are extracted from an ancient 300 million plus year old deposit deep in the earth. It's the strongest nascent iodine on the market today. It delivers 650 micrograms per drop. Experience the new formula. Experience the ancient purity. Shield your family. Survival Shield X2. Available now at InfoWarsLife.com.
X2 from InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
Defending the Republic from enemies, foreign and domestic. It's Alex Jones.
The late former head of the Star Wars program, nuclear physicist and engineer, Dr. Bob Bowman, was the secret head of the Star Wars program that was later declassified. He said by 1979, when the Star Wars program was already old under another name, public was told about it in the 80s, there was a fleet of over 100 space planes with DU Sabo decapitation weapons to take out governments, even under mountains. And he could only talk about that because it had been accidentally declassified. Well, here it is in The Week newspaper. The Pentagon's plan to put robot Marines in space. It breaks it down how they're launching robot drones in space. Yeah, they're launching them in 2014. I mean, basically 35 years ago, 36 years ago, there was already a fleet of these in orbit. And you can bet whatever the public's going to be shown is going to be the super old models, like the ones we have on screen. That is a 1970s model on screen. And they're telling you about it in 2014. Oh my gosh, what an incredible declassification. That's how I told you how the NSA controlled everything with their hubs in all the telecommunications buildings, how they used keywords, and how they were building the systems and the compression to save everything in real time. I told you that in 1997. And again, I'm not bragging. It's that you better listen to me now about what won't come out for 5-10 years. Because they're not waiting 40 years, 35 years to bring stuff out now. They're bringing it out every 5-10. And let me give you the news flash. Remember while we're talking about open borders and all the corruption, the government funding ISIS, and they don't care that you know? It's because they think you're done. They've already put stuff in the food and water supply that's way beyond even what I know. They've already jacked with basically the atmosphere, you name it. We're not in 2014, boys and girls. And that's why they treat you like you're wild dogs or something. They don't even treat us like we're natives that they, they're at the fort and they fire the shotgun to scare the natives off. Or, have a fancy Trojan horse. They treat us like wild dogs or like lice or something. They're just brushing off of us. And that's the attitude. And so they can engage in all their little weird fantasies of engaging in dehumanization, in mad scientist behavior on us, social engineering, to the point of saying you will not use the word bossy, and you will say 2 + 2 = whatever we say. Is that clear? And we go, yes, I don't want to be racist. There's a video that I'm going to play here in a few minutes before I get into all this news that's up on Infowars.com that is incredibly shocking. Video, crazed abortion advocate attacks peaceful pro-lifers. And we have the unedited video with the Goblin Troll. In fact, I told Watson to go with the headline this morning of Goblin Trolls attack pro-lifers, but he didn't think that was professional. But I mean, when the shoe fits, actual Goblin Troll. Literally doesn't need makeup to be in the next Lord of the Rings. Cave Troll. Runs up and begins screaming at pro-lifers who are at a big city abortion clinic that on record mainly kills minority babies. And begins screaming racist and begins attacking the pro-lifers and rips their sign down and stomps on it. Because when they invoke the word race, it doesn't matter they can't tie their shoelaces. It doesn't matter that this troll-like white woman. And I shouldn't even make fun of how she looks, but it totally fits the bill. This intellectually ugly person begins screaming, you anti-woman, anti-minority, you racist, and begins attacking him, hitting him. And then invokes racist and then attacks. Racist! So, as Obama turns ISIS loose to murder Christians and Muslims all over the Middle East, blow up mosque churches, 300,000 dead in Syria, as they break down the borders, as hundreds of thousands get killed in Mexico by the cartels, no one cares. You just showed Don Johnson shooting a pregnant woman in a fictitious movie made by a literal Hispanic Grand Dragon of the Hispanic race nation that they're trying to make Hispanics join instead of having basic liberty and freedom and joining the Liberty Nation, which I'm trying to get everybody to join. They're at an abortion clinic where 80% of the abortions are minority babies. That's CNS News. And so if you don't want black and Hispanic babies literally chopped up and you're white, you're a racist. And how many abortion clinic places, videos have you seen where you'll be white people trying to get them to not kill the black babies, and they'll have a black person or an Asian doctor run out and say, no one wants the ugly, dumb black babies. We've played those clips many times. We've got a guest coming on about this later, so we'll play it then. No one wants, and I've used to hear that myself. I have gone and protested and also covered protests where they were arresting pro-life protesters who weren't even on the abortion clinic property in Austin before, years ago, back in 96, 97. And they would run up and push on me and say, nobody wants the black babies. And it'd be like black people or white people doing it. So I always say that to black preachers I have on about it, like Reverend Childress and others, a Black Genocide Report. And they go, of course that's what they say. No, that's what they say. So, again, if you don't want to take a black baby, and I mean chop it up, you are a racist. Yeah, there's the video headline. Abortionist challenges protesters to adopt ugly black babies. Not a word from the Democratic Party, who founded the Ku Klux Klan. Because they've got literal morons with extremely IQs, extremely low IQs, that I shouldn't even attack or be mean to, that we should feel sorry for. Racist! I'm an intellectual! I'm a trendy! Just attacking people's free speech. You don't want blacks to die! You hate blacks! You don't want Mexican drug cartel to kill 130,000 Mexicans. You racist against Mexicans. I mean, literally, that's all they've got is that they're Democrats. And Republicans have got their problems and identify with party as well and defend Republicans when they're doing bad stuff. It's disgusting. But I've never seen anything like this dumbed-down television culture of nobodies who have no jobs, no future, Obamacare written by hardcore globalists to bankrupt them. On record. And they don't care. There's just dangerous masses of snot-nosed trolls who, ladies and gentlemen, you can bet money if they start putting patriots in FEMA camps and they just give people a pretext like some federal buildings being blown up and they say it's time to arrest these people, that's already being said. Arrest the climate deniers, arrest Alex Jones, blah, blah, blah. They will cheer, ladies and gentlemen, public executions. That is my belief. That is my opinion. And we have the Weatherman reports, the people that trained Obama from Larry Grathwold and others, was confirmed in court, where they plan to put 50 million conservatives in forced labor camps. They dream 300 and 400 pounders, 6X underwear wearing commandos, to literally strut around in black uniforms at the FEMA camps. They'll have real police and real, quote, warriors, veterans in armored vehicles out, rounding us up, having combat with the patriots, dragging us back to pit dungeons where there'll be nothing but Janet Reno's and Rachel Maddow's and this troll woman in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, will literally be in commando outfits, ruling. And you're like, why would you want to do that? Well, you're not like them. You don't understand. They relish attacking like self-propelled slugs anyone that doesn't submit to them. It's all about, I am in charge. And they have an inhuman, demonic goblin strength politically to just force their will on everyone. And we bow. We say, yes, I will not say bossy. 2 + 2 = 5. Yes, I didn't build my business. Yes, I'll give my rights up even though you publicly run Al-Qaeda. Yes, you can sign all the signing statements, arrest reporters everywhere, even though top journalism groups say Obama is basically banning the First Amendment. That is liberal. That is trendy. That is acceptable. I worship you. It is so good. Please ship all the jobs overseas. Please flood every city with tens of thousands of illegals. Please put them on welfare, to openly vote, to bankrupt everything and take my guns. Thank you so much. You are wonderful. You buy all the propaganda and get Obama's emails every day and actually believe you're on the front lines. As long as you can pronounce the word racist, you are God. And that's all they need. They don't need to know who circumnavigated the globe, Magellan. They don't need to know, who proved that the earth was round. They don't need to know what Newtonian physics is. They don't need to know how many states there are, or the 3 branches of government, or how insurance corporations operate, or what Lloyd's of London is, or the history of shipping, or the history of language, or the history of Egypt, or the history of anything. They know how to say 3 words: homophobe, racist, sexist. And that's what they've got. As they gobble GMO all day and support GMO and support fluoride in the water, they'll go into a restaurant and say, was this fish treated nicely? Did it have a name? Was it properly worshipped? And they all guilt each other at the table and then guilt you as all part of their cult. Your submission, your hospitality to pat them on the head is fuel to their satanic weakness. These are weak scum who couldn't get a job, couldn't live, couldn't work, and they don't like you and your good-looking family. They don't like your nice car. They don't like your nice house. They're going to take it.